Saturday, August 19th, a hot summer night in Los Angeles. Where are you gonna be?
I just ran away from home. Now I'm going to Disneyland.
Nah, you're gonna be at the Roxy with 7 Horse. Seven Horse with Mike Dawson and the Smokin' Kills.
City of the Angels.
Los Angeles.
Just another Southern California.
Hot summer night. Tickets available now at 7horsemusic.com. 7 Horse, Mike Dawson and the Smokin' Kills. And for the first time in a long time, Dada reunite.
It's all I am, it's all I am. It's all I am, it's all I am.
A hot summer night in Los Angeles. 7 Horse, Dada, and Mike Dawson and the Smokin' Kills. August 19th at the Roxy on the historic Sunset Strip. Get your tickets now at 7horsemusic.com.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Hello, you crazy dick fucker!
Party time!
Yes, it is party time. Hello, Las Vegas. Hello, world. And hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it's always good to be seen. My name is Izzy Presley, and this is another fucking podcast. As you heard at the top of the show, oh man, we are just a couple weeks away, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. The Smokin' Kills with 7 Horse and the Dada reunion will be happening at the Roxy on the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles, Hollywood, California. Cannot wait to see everybody that Saturday, the 19th. Tickets are moving fast, so get your butts down there. Get your tickets now, because you do not want to miss this great night. Some little birdie told me there may be a little pre-party and after-party at the Rainbow, because it's right next door. I don't know. That may happen. Who knows? Make sure you guys hit up all the social media at Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And, of course, the show pages and other effing podcasts. Tell your friends. Subscribe on the Spreaker. If you're watching this on YouTube and you did not know you can listen to this show live, Spreaker.com/user/Izzy Presley. Hit that follow button. You get notified every single time I go live with this show or the Under the Cover show or the Izzy Presley show or the Vegas show, all that kind of shit. You guys know that. Subscribe on YouTube. Yada, yada, yada. All right, folks, they look bored already. They look bored already, but I know it's going to be one of those nights. So, cheers.
Cheers. I got painkiller coffee.
I like it. Is that Stevie Ray Vaughan style?
Oh, yeah.
Got a Jack and some cocaine in it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And in the words of my close personal friend, Stone Cold Steve Austin, crack one for the working man. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful taste. All right. So let's get the Wikipedia shit out of the way. 1, you're not from the South. 2, you don't like heavy metal music. And 3, you hate Waffle House. Did I cover everything? Is that true?
Pretty much our bio.
How we doing, boys?
What's going on?
Hey, man, it's good to see you. Lucky enough to meet these guys at the Monsters on the Mountain, the first band I've ever introduced without a microphone, which was fun and weird. Yeah. And they got a nice mix of country and metal together, and I fucking love it. And you guys are gonna love it too if you have not checked these guys out. The single is out now, and that is called Grundy County Cowboys. The album, or the EP, I should say, Smaller Than Cover, that comes out on the 18th. Let's start it off. I mean, the single, it's a Pantera and a country song together. No, you guys are you guys are doing this mashup stuff. How did this one come about?
So kind of like the last one, the one we put out back in January, which is Thunder Cash 69, which is our mashup cover of Thunder Kiss 65 with Folsom Prison Blues. And really, just like at rehearsal one day, when we were like working up some covers for a covers gig, you know, we don't want to play these country covers like everybody else in Nashville. So we want to make them more of our own and more unique to us and our brand and what we do. And really just, I think it started with Thunder Cash 69, guitar player just started playing the Thunder Kiss riff underneath it and just kind of went from there. And when we started doing, sold the Grundy County auction incident, we, did same thing with Cowboys from Hell and named that one Grundy County Cowboys.
Nice. And I didn't properly introduce you guys. Cody Parks, Clayton Eubank. Any relation to the great Bob Eubank?
Unfortunately, no. Well, I mean, I don't think so, but
Okay, well, we can only hope for the best. Now, but you guys are an original band. I mean, you guys are a full original band, but you just kind of stumbled upon this thing, and now you're putting out the EP of all mashups.
Yeah, we're doing a covers EP called Smothered and Covered, obviously named after a Waffle House. Yeah, we just we saw that these unique covers were popping off at shows, and after a couple of them went viral on TikTok, it's like, well, maybe we need to follow up on that and put out an EP. So
you guys went viral?
Yeah, a few times with this, well, with our music, but when we put up the Thunder Cash 69 for the first time, and then Grundy, and also there's like it's not a mashup, but there's a straight up like country version of Alice in Chains Nutshell on there, and that one's done well. Yeah.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask you. It's like, yeah, you're doing the mashup stuff, but I mean, have you dabbled in doing, well, obviously you just said the Alice in Chains one, but have you dabbled in doing the country songs or the metal songs country style?
Yeah. We, let's see, what's the other? So we got Long Haired Country Boy that's also on the EP, and that's basically a thrash version of that song.
Okay.
I think it's like a thrash version. It's very similar to we get a lot of experts, metal people in our comments saying that every mother's nightmare already did that version, and I'm like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. So yeah, their version's cool. It's similar to their version,
Okay.
but it's basically just like a thrash metal version of Long Haired Country Boy. There's our live. I say live, it's us recording it in the studio live. We did probably 3 takes of it or whatever of I Ain't Living Long Like This, Waylon Jennings, and then the Alice in Chains song is nothing but really it's just acoustic guitar, fiddle, and steel guitar.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, Long Hair Country Boy, it's like that song's been done by everybody forever.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck are you supposed to do? How long have you guys been around? I noticed that the first single came out in 2020, correct?
The first music we put out under Cody Parks in the Dirty South was January of 2019.
Okay. Is that like right after the band started?
There was a rendition of this band that formed basically shortly after I moved to Nashville in 2016. But we didn't put out any music until 2019.
Okay.
And that was really the only couple songs that we put out before COVID. And the current lineup of the band that is really that's the band that's put out all the music since we've come back from COVID.
So you moved to Nashville from Sheboygan, and then you picked up the accent. Is that how it happened?
Yeah. I grew up. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, and decided that I wanted to dabble in country music and various forms of redneckery. So I bought some cowboy boots and moved to Nashville,
And faked your accent.
and now I'm gone country.
Oh, Jesus Christ. When did that start? I mean, when did people start saying that shit about you?
Probably within the last year or so. I never really probably like a year ago when the TikTok thing started doing good, but people still hadn't heard me talk. Maybe.
Okay.
Or no, maybe it was even before that. Like when when we put out music for the first time, we're country metal, and I knew we were going to be so different for the country listener that I wanted to put out our version of a country song. So when we put out The Other Side back in 2019, we also put out Seminole Wind, which is a cover song. And I think when that one went viral, there were like a bunch of people in the comments that were just like, God, this guy's faking this accent so bad. And but I think it's definitely increased over the last few months with TikTok, and people heard me talk on TikTok and they think I'm fake. So.
Well, look, I mean, in their defense, singing voice, it kind of does sound like you're forcing it, even though I know you're not. But yeah. I can understand it, because I was listening to some of the stuff today, and I fucking love it. I mean, I've listened to the shit before, but that was in the back of my head when I was listening. Like, yeah, maybe it does sound like, but we know it's real.
Yeah, I've had friends tell me, they're like, if we're being completely honest, like if I didn't know you, then I would think it was fake too. So
it was like deep fried masses.
Yeah.
So you moved to Nashville in 2016. Did you know Clay ahead of time? When did you guys meet? How did you guys hook up? Other than
Clay?
in the brothel.
Well, yeah. The best rock star story I can tell you was I was sitting in my underwear watching Trailer Park Boys while eating Mexican food. And we'd been friends on Facebook for a while, and I had just seen, I think he would just released Girls in Gasoline. Thought it was a phenomenal thing. I love the artwork and stuff and all the merch he has. Like, this dude is doing exactly what I love to do. Never communicated with him. He was never the kind of guy that would share like, oh, hey, here's my band. Come check out this show, with those random flyers. But my phone goes off, and I saw he had messaged me, and I was like, I know what he wants. Now come on. And he said he needed somebody for some gigs, and he said, before he commit, we're flying out. Got fly dates. I said, say no more.
Fuck that, dude. That's fucking great. So you had heard him play before?
Oh, online. Yeah, I haven't seen the live show or nothing, but I've been following them on Facebook and stuff. Thought it was great.
Yeah, but Cody, so you had heard him play before too, correct?
No, I just thought he looked cool, honestly.
You play bass. What else you need to do?
We're going through this whole country metal thing, and I'm a big fan of Zach Wild, and I was just like, well, he kind of looks like Zach Mild, so I think he fit right in.
Well, you know what they say: can't figure out the lights, you learn how to play the bass.
I'm still trying to figure it out. So if anybody can help me, give me a call.
Yeah, I don't think any lights are on upstairs over here. So
ain't no way.
He's got a little drummer in him too, is what you're saying. I get it. I understand. Oh man, Danny Whitley checking in the chat room. Evening, brother, making some mac and cheese, corn dogs, and a Coors Light. Cheers. Well, cheers, Danny. April is checking in. She says it was a pleasure having you all on the mountain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we love April. And
we love April, we love the mountain, and we love the whole Monsters of Rock Cruise family.
Oh,
how was that first experience for you guys?
It was pretty sweet, man. I'm just glad you didn't fuck up our name when you introduced us. But no, it was incredible. It was it was something that we wasn't sure what was really going to happen, or if we were going to get to play, or what it was going to be like. And it was kind of a last minute ad, and I feel like we had a warm welcome, and it was a kick ass show. And when we played the noon slot, did the full band thing, and then that was awesome. And I think what was really more awesome the next day was when we were supposed to do the acoustic set. We come up the escalator, and there's like over 100 people waiting at the door for us to come in. It was just really, really sweet.
Yeah. Well, it was the intro that sold it.
Oh yeah, I
It was
think
the
so.
intro. Well, you know what sold me on you guys?
Well, they
is-
all left after you got off the stage after introducing.
Well, you know what sold me on you guys is like when I first met you. Hey, let's go do a shot. All right, go. I love these guys. And then you guys got to play the pre-party for the Monsters of Rock Cruise. How was that for you guys?
Yeah, it was
Great, man.
another awesome time, and just really blessed and happy to be a part of it.
Scotty checking in from Canada. Oh, do I have my fucking, here's my Canada drop. Scotty Strickland. Evening, boys. Funny thing was, my first trip to Tennessee, I discovered Smothered and Covered and Cody Parks on the Dirty South. It's a hell of a trip, and man, did you guys rock. Well, see,
Sweet.
There you go, man. There you
Thank
go.
you.
And yeah, it's great to have you guys as part of the family. I mean, it's a nice, different thing, you know, because obviously you kind of, you know what Monsters of Rock is all about, and having a little contra flavor and there's kind of a beautiful thing for me. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Especially at the mountain. I think they loved it out there. It was great. It's one of the best things I've done. I loved it.
Yeah, Sasquatch loved it too.
Yeah.
There he is. There. Oh, he's just lurking back there. I don't know why he's here in Las Vegas, but so you guys had the success in TikTok. Has that turned into live people coming to see you guys live? I mean, how did that all affect it?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, especially even though we do like out of town dates, there's people that say I've been in New York City and people have come up to me. They're like, yo, you're that dude, that country metal dude on TikTok. I'm like, this is fucking wild. And the shows and also just like, you know, people buying our records too. So
yeah.
When it initially popped on there, it's like our record sales like doubled and like streaming numbers like doubled overnight, which is sweet.
You know, that's the amazing thing. It's like some people can just be huge on the internet, but it never turns into streams and sales and all that kind of shit. And you guys did very well with it. And it's also turning into something too, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys working on a full all original record?
I mean, we got a bunch of originals we're putting out. We're probably not. The thing about being an independent artist, you know, without a label backing that has all the connections with all the, you know, streamers and all the, you know, digital music stores and everything, is like you only get, for example, when we put out Smothered and Covered, only one of those tracks that hasn't been released yet, we're able to like pitch to a playlist. You can't pitch all of them at one time.
Right.
It's like, you know, I'm just the type that I want every song to have its day in the sun, and want to try to, you know, give each one of them their own life as far as playlisting goes. So, and we get asked that question a lot, you know, when's the full album coming? And unfortunately, it's probably not until, you know, we get somebody that's able to help take us to that next level.
Well, look, and that's the thing. It's like, even in this era, it's almost like back to the 50s, you know, the way it was, where it was just single. Nobody was putting out full records unless you were Elvis. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you do prefer that, though?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the dream is to put out, you know, a debut album, and that's what we want to do. It's just, you know, for the time being, we're trying to put out one at a time and do the TikTok thing, and hopefully, you know, that gets somebody to take a bite to where we can do a full record.
Has there been any interest?
A little bit, but not, you know, there's been, right before COVID, I felt like I had a record deal, and then that, you know, the world shut down literally 2 weeks later, and that was kind of the end of that. And then about a year ago, we had an offer, but it just wasn't the right deal or the right time for us.
Well, look, and that's the thing that sucks right now. It's like, you know, if you're lucky enough to get offered something, usually it's a 360 deal, and you don't want that.
Yeah.
You know, if you thought just like, fuck it, just self-finance it, do the GoFundMe thing, or is that you think that's the way you're going to go?
I mean, for right now, that's what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to. And you don't really need a record label these days.
Right.
With TikTok and being able to put out your own albums, but the thing about really, with majors these days is they have all their buddies that have all the other connections to
Right.
get an agent or, getting on a tour or really their main purpose to me right now is like radio promotion and
Right. Yeah,
on radio.
that's the big thing is radio promotion. You have to have somebody that knows what they're doing.
Mhm.
You can just send. Cause I'm an ex radio guy, and we just got flooded with shit. And a
Yeah.
lot of it wasn't good. And every once in a while something kind of sparked you, but for the most part, it was just random shit. Because that's the one thing is like people don't understand. It's like, yeah, anybody can put out music, but that's the problem is anybody can put out music, and you really have to dive through everything to find something that stands out.
hmm
April says, thank you for sweating your asses off on the cornhole.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
well worth it. That was a great experience too.
We love sweating during cornhole.
Well, I think that's one of the fun things about the cruise and the mountain is like all that little side shit that goes on. It kind of makes it, makes it the full experience.
Oh yeah, the cornhole tournament was awesome.
was
I had a
great.
ton of fun.
It was
I mean,
great.
really, yeah. I mean, really, everything involved with those events is a kick-ass time. From what's going on at the pre-party to there's obviously on the boat. There's multiple things going on at one time that you can participate in. Not to mention you're just on a fucking boat in paradise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, which is awesome. But the mountain, they got all the vendors out for all the things you can look at, and it's cool.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Gatlinburg's awesome.
Oh yeah.
No, it's fucking great. And then, of course, there's the hold on, I gotta find it. I gotta find my new drop here that I want to play it. Is that I think this is it. And then there's the women.
Well, Joe, that's what you call trim.
Did you guys hear that?
No.
No. It was from Dragnet. Well, Joe, that's what you guys call trim.
Trim.
Well, you really surprised me not knowing what trim is.
Trim Reaper.
Trim. Yes. God bless Trim. Being, since you guys were just kind of starting out when COVID hit, what kind of effect did that have on you guys and what you were trying to do?
Well, like I said before, I had, a different lineup of guys. And right around, literally that same week, I had split with those dudes, and it couldn't have come really at a better time because everything shut down. But it really allowed me to kind of take a step back and just evaluate what I had going on in my career with my band and in my brand and everything, and just looking for the right guys. And I found Cousin Ed over here, and then our guitar player and producer was our producer before he was guitar player, and now he plays guitar in the live band, and he's still our producer, Johnny Palmieri. So everything you've ever heard released from us is recorded, produced, and mixed by Johnny Palmieri.
What up, Johnny?
He's the one with the big guns on stage.
Yes. Oh yes. Yes, the big guns. The big. How did you come across Johnny?
One day I was over at Sony writing songs, and I'd been over there before, but I never really noticed this particular room. Like in the break room, there's this door that just I think it just says like Studio B on it or something, and it's never been open when I've been in there. And one day I was in the break room, and this door was open, and there was like this little studio in there, and there was a console and like a vocal room, and what caught my attention was there was a road case for guitar heads that had like Marshalls and Mesas in it. And I'm like, what the fuck is it? Like whose metal lamps are these in this country building? And then like I just walked on in there and like there was nobody in there. And then a buddy of mine who also writes songs with kind of came around the corner and I'm like, what are you doing here? And he's like, well, I'm meeting with this dude today to talk to him about being my producer. And then Johnny walks in. I just briefly meet him. But then I just kind of, at this point we hadn't recorded anything. And I was looking for the right guy that, could capture the metal sound, but knew about producing country music. And I looked up Johnny and, basically found out that he's a Mutt Lange fan, a metal fan. And, but professionally, he had mainly worked on Music Row engineering country records.
Okay.
And like big country records, and has been a part of like a lot of hit songs. So it's like it felt like could potentially be a big fit. And it's actually like he made a post yesterday. It was almost 5 years ago that I sent him a text message and asked him to meet up for coffee so we can discuss these things that are country metal.
So hold on, you were working for Sony as a songwriter? You were just hanging out writing songs? Just, hey, I'm gonna hang out a little bit, write some songs. How's it going?
Yeah, I was actually over there today too, but I have that particular day, there was a girl that I write songs with that at the time was a signed songwriter and artist over at Sony. And this different, I don't have a publishing deal, but most of the people I write songs with have publishing deals.
Right.
So, a lot of times when we write, we'll go to wherever their publishing house is or whatever. And Sony's one of they probably are the biggest one in town as far as, it's like today, it's like you go over there and it's just like a who's who of hit songs that was just lurking in the hallways. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these guys don't write their own songs. There's staff writers. And I mean, that's been going on forever. It's not like it's a new thing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's been, really as old as time when it comes to commercial music. You go back to, say like in the 60s and 70s in New York City, you had the Brill Building, which is the same deal. It's like you just had folks meet up there that would write songs. And I mean, Kiss wrote a lot of, their own songs, but also you had, folks like Desmond Child that are songwriters, and that's really all they do, is produce and they write songs for artists. Mm-hmm. And I feel like in country music, there was a time there where really, especially like in the 90s, it's like I feel like a lot of the songs that were coming out, it's like the artists that recorded them didn't have a hand in writing any of them. Right. And it's like all outside cuts. But I feel like today it's like it's really hard to get a cut as a songwriter unless you write the song with the artist.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. It's like, for all those, I'm a Garth fan, so of course I know that, right. He was always working with songwriters.
Yeah.
You maybe give them the idea and then they write the song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like I said, it's been going on. It's not like in fucking pop music where they have 17 people in the studio, one person farts and they get a writing credit. Country's a little bit different because it's actually hard to write.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell was I gonna do here? Oh yeah, chat room is still stalled on April. People, feel free to chime in. And if you're just joining us live, feel free to jump into the chat room. You can ask questions and leave comments and tell me how great I am. Oh yeah, also on that note, if you guys do like what I do, make sure you guys hit up all of the PayPal, Cash App, all that kind of good stuff. Cash App is OnlyFans. Look at my toenails. That's a big seller. Cash App is $ Izzy Presley. PayPal, izzypresley@yahoo.com. And Real Izzy Presley is your Venmo. And if you know me well enough, I'll send you my phone number for the Zelle. What was it like in Nashville over COVID? Did it completely shut down like everywhere else, or was it as bad?
I found a gig with a band from Kentucky that didn't give a shit, and we went and played every bar that just stayed open and didn't give a shit about anything. So I played hole in the wall dive bars for 3-4 hours at a time. Just had a damn good time doing it. Nothing stopped. I just played cover gigs the whole time.
Yeah.
It was great, actually. It was great. I loved it.
Well, I suppose even in that, that part of the country, even if it's not like the deep South, but you still have a lot of people that just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's not because I was stuck in the Hotel California. So it's like everything. You step outside and you look at somebody, they want to cut your head off for not wearing a mask outside. It's like, fucking A, stop. So it was a little bit better in Nashville is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, it was like I'd say, when did all that happen? It started in March.
Yep.
And I want to say like around June, July, some of the bars were starting to open back up again. That was like the first initial time where everybody's thinking like, all right, it's over. We're getting back to normal, but
yeah,
fortunately that wasn't really the case until maybe like even it was like a whole nother year after that we did our first show back as a band, and we flew out to Washington State and played at for 2 different weekends and played at this racetrack. And I want to say the second weekend we went out there, they weren't even sure that they were like going to be able even to do it because of the governor not allowing events or whatever.
It was hot enough to kill any virus in the world out there, though.
Yeah.
I know that much. My Converse were literally sticking to the asphalt. It was
the record high weekend for Washington State. It was like 111 degrees or something.
Yeah.
And this stage where we played, it was one of those outdoor stages they set up, was like sinking into the asphalt. It was so hot, dude. It's crazy. It was like the first weekend when the owner of this racetrack hit me up earlier around Christmas time. We went out there in June. He hit me up, 6 months before that about potentially doing this gig. And he was just a fan that somebody, turned him on to us. And where am I going with this? Oh, he flew me and Gina out there in April just to like show us he wasn't bullshitting, because we get a lot of bullshit like on like submission forms on our website, like people want us to come play wherever, and it's like you got any of that, we'll come do it, and you got like and all the things. But he flew us out there in April, me and Gina, and it was just like unbelievable weather and just beautiful, like 75 degrees, and just like the best hospitality. And me and Gina, we went around the peninsula, went to, Hurricane Ridge, saw Mount Olympus, went to the Pacific Ocean, and fucking all in a day. Right. And then when we go back out there with the band, the first weekend, it's raining. And then they're like, welcome to Washington. And then when we went out there, the third weekend, that's when they had it was a Satan's asshole. It was fucking.
We did kill a case of beer during sound check.
Well, I mean, that's commonplace anyways, isn't it?
I mean, it goes with the territory, I guess.
Oh, April, doing your PR wants to know where you can get merchandise and if there's any upcoming shows currently.
Yep. So everything we have as far as merchandise can be found at Cody Parks and thedirtysouth.com. There's a tab on there that says Dirty Merch. We got a bunch of new hats. This one included. A bunch of new hats. We got some smothered and covered hats on there. Couple new t-shirts. we don't have an EP out, but there's a CD on there called Country Metal Volume 1 that has all the recorded songs that we've put out on one disc that we could send you. And when Smothered comes out, that hard copy would be on there as well.
Is that going to be only CD?
No.
Really?
Well, we're not doing vinyl, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
But the hard copy of here, I'm gonna go get it. Clay, talk to him.
Oh, we're gonna get in trouble now.
Yeah, that's what I like. You leave the bass player unattended.
So how about me and Johnny drinking with you at the airport and making you late?
Yeah, let's talk about that. I missed a flight. I was gonna mention that at the top of the show. At least I won't miss any flights here. We on the way to cruise, because you hung out on Cruise at the Edge.
It was on the Blue Cruise.
It was on the Blue. It was on the Blue. Yes. Sometimes they all get mushed together. I forget about them. And we ended up being at the same airport on layover and separate flights, same airline going to the same location.
Right.
Hey, let's go drink. I looked at the wrong flight. So fuck, I got an hour. All right, cool. Let's drink. And I missed my flight.
And somehow our fully booked flight still had room for you on our flight to get you down there with us. It was great. And it worked out perfect.
Because a guy and his gal was on the flight, and it was, if he wasn't able to get on, which he wasn't, she got off and I got her flight, or I got her seat. So it all worked out, thankfully. April was ready to strangle me.
That's right. So that woman got off and you got to fly. It worked for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you're back with the hard copy?
Yeah. We got, these are our smothered and covered hats that we have.
I gotta have one of those.
Very similar to the one on your head, but it says Dirty South Country Metal.
Yeah.
Love it. So there's that. But since the beginning of my artist career, I've been ordering these CDs, these hard copies from this company called Kunaki.
Okay.
Kunaki.com. And you should see the disc here. It's a waffle.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. There's this company called Kunaki.com, and I'm from Monroe, Georgia, and there was this guy that has a studio there near Monroe and Covington that I was recording music with before I moved up here. And I asked him about hard copies, and he's like, honestly, dude, he's like, there's this company called Kunaki, and like if you go through CD Baby or wherever, you have to order a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of expensive. And he told me about this company called Kunaki. He's like, they're no frills company. Their website is just like a straight up like HTML, like the submission thing. And you just type in some, upload some files. And he's like, they tell you, they're like, we're no frills. Like you get what you get. And
I love it.
You can order, they encourage you to order one copy, and they send it to you as basically as like a proof to look at it.
Okay.
And and then if you decide you like it, then you could order as many as you want to. If you want to fix something, you have to create a whole new project on their website. It's like a whole deal. I feel like I've kind of like mastered it a little bit though, but they just give you just like a basic jewel case.
Yeah.
A two-sided insert, print on the back, and then, print on the actual disc.
Oh, that's great. 80. So no cassettes is what you're saying.
No, that would be fire though, and I would like to do that.
Yeah, because I still have my cassettes. I still play my cassettes.
Well, we got a cassette player in our band van and a VHS player and two TVs.
Nice. I still have my VHS player too. I still watch some of those VHSs. Scotty wants to know from Canada, any bands on the mountain or the cruise that you guys were psyched to see?
Kicks played that, didn't they?
Yeah,
Kicks. Stephen Piercy on the mountain. That was actually, he was on the cruise too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. It was awesome.
Yeah, the lineups were very similar. I would say going to the mountain, I'm a big Rat fan, so I was I've never seen Rat, and I was pretty stoked to see Stephen Piercy, and which is kind of a weird deal. It's like when he played the same day we did, and it's like when we were kind of walking around backstage area. It's like his room was next to ours, and it was just kind of like a surreal moment. It's like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah, right.
But for me, like at the mountain, it was probably like him and Firehouse. I love Firehouse.
Oh, yeah.
Queen's right.
Did Nelson do that one?
Who
Was Nelson there? I forgot.
Yeah, Nelson was there.
Yeah, Nelson was there.
They played the same stage we did. And on the cruise, I mean the same thing. Piercy. And then like Kicks, man.
That's great.
Like
That was
Kicks,
great.
Yeah.
It was just, man, I'm gonna tell you though, going on that cruise, there were a lot of these Scandinavian bands I'd never really heard of before.
Yeah.
And there was this band called Shiraz Lane that was on the cruise. And I think they were supposed to play on the pool stage probably like one afternoon, but it was the afternoon of the storm when we launched.
Yeah.
Their pool set got moved to like a midnight set, like later on in the week on the pool deck. And these dudes look like, they're a young Skid Row in 1989. You know what I'm saying? And the singer kind of looks like a young Janie Lane up there. But I still haven't like heard their music. And when we stepped out on the pool deck and they started playing, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, they were so good. Just like good songs. It's like a powerhouse singer, and just everybody in the band was killer at what they do.
Yeah.
And they were just like a textbook hard rock band.
Yeah, that singer was up at karaoke a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there singing, man. He was having a fucking blast. Is there any connections that you made?
I mean, we met a ton of people.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not gonna lie though, it was pretty cool at that pre-party when fucking Chris Holmes is just walking around. It's like, oh shit, it's Chris Holmes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think we ate next to him one night, and
he gave me a compliment on my beard, so I was pretty stoked about that one. So love it.
No, that's fucking great. Shows, as far as shows, you guys have any shows coming up?
Yeah, let's see, what are we doing? So the night of the EP comes out on August 18th, and every month in Nashville we have a show called Filthy Friday.
Okay.
Before COVID, it was called Dirty Thursday, and my girlfriend, coincidentally, when we met, she has a boutique in Nashville called Dirty Living, Kiss Song. So she started taking me when, I met her shortly after I moved to town. She started taking me to the rock and roll residency and different rock nights. And, I would go to Whiskey Jam and all these ride arounds. And I was like, I want to have my own night that's like all this shit combined, So I was like, let's have this thing called Dirty Thursday, and you could set up a pop-up shop. That has since evolved into Filthy Friday, and we now do it on Fridays. And we do that once a month in Nashville. And the next one is the night of the EP release on August 18th. As far as road dates,
St. Louis.
Yep, we got after the weekend after that, we're playing Diamond Music Hall in St. Peters, Missouri. And then we're getting in the van and driving through the night to Wabash, Indiana to open up for Jackal next at like a day event. And then September 8th, we're in Bloomington, Illinois. September 15th and 16th, we're in Pensacola at Floribama, which is one of our favorite places to play. We got something after that. I can't remember.
We got to work on a little West Coast thing with you guys and the
We're all about that.
Yeah, dude. Because we do have this.
The Smoking Kills.
That's so bad.
Kills.
Yeah.
You guys got a copy of the record, right? Or the CD at least.
Yeah.
I'll also give you guys a CD.
CDs.
Yeah, dude. That'd be a fun little. What's that?
Nothing.
Alan Vogel says, checking in from Minnesota, Filthy Friday sounds amazing. Is that like, so what is it like a jam or what is it?
So we host it, and it's usually about a 3-hour thing, and the writer round is a big thing in Nashville where songwriters get up there and play their songs they've written. And
Oh wow.
yeah, and they'll get up there, 3 or 4 at a time, and they'll each do a song, and then they'll go through again, and they each play like 3 songs a piece, but one at a time, And so Filthy Friday usually consists of a writer round, a band, and then us, or 2 writer rounds and then us, or sometimes we've had all full bands sometimes as well. And when we play, we do about an hour.
Okay.
We do it's a original set, but we obviously have our smothered and covered tunes in there as well.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm just going to put this in your head right now. Dawson and I can come out. You guys can be our band, and we can have a fucking Smoke and Kills show.
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
Oh yeah.
That would be fun. That would be fun. And that's so. Is there a certain day? Obviously, it's a Friday, but is it like the 3rd Friday of every month, or is it what is it?
Yeah, it used to we would have a particular one, but I feel like, over the last year or so, it's been just kind of whenever, sometimes like for, this one, we're doing it with we actually moved the EP release to have it on this night. I feel like lately it's been the 2nd or 3rd Friday, but like for Halloween, for example, we're big Halloween fans. So, the Halloween show is going to be like I think it's the 27th of October.
Okay.
So that one back a little bit so we could line it up closer to. But when I booked that, though, like I didn't even think there's a Friday the 13th in October this year.
Shit.
Which would have been when we typically would have had.
Gotta think.
Right. Well, then you just do 2 of them. It's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
simple.
There's an idea.
I mean, fuck, it's Nashville. It's live music.
I know
There's no reason not to. All right, we can wrap up. Cody Parks and DirtySouth.com. Merchandise. And the CD,
all our dates are on there as well.
Yep, CD is going to be available, hard copy, as of the 18th, and all the streaming services as well, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
And you guys have anything else you need to pimp before we wrap this sumbitch up?
Clay.
Just my OnlyFans. Other than that,
He's got an OnlyFans. Alex is on Pornhub. Johnny's on
what is Johnny on?
he's on farmersonly.com.
Farmers Only. I think Hopkins is on a
Chubby Chasers.
Yeah.
Something.
Anything with a pulse is what you go for. Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You follow us everywhere on Instagram and TikTok if you got TikTok, and follow us on Spotify and share our music with the world.
Yes, please do that. You guys will fucking love them. I'm gonna hit the outro music. You guys don't leave. We'll say goodbye off the air. And oh, that's loud. Can't have the intro or the outro music that loud. If you guys can't hear it, which you can't. It's a little live Black Diamond.
All right.
80s. Yeah, you guys don't get it. Anyways, check out Cody Parks and the Dirty South. The EP is called Smothered and Covered. Will be out on the 18th. The current single is available right now, which is called
Grundy County Cowboys.
There you go. I didn't have it in front of me. Thank you very much. I'll be back next Tuesday night. Actually, no. Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday night. Be back Tuesday night. Yep. I don't know who the guest is going to be, but we'll have some fun. Make sure you guys check out and go to the Roxy on August 19th. So you're going to go to Nashville on the 18th and check out them, and then you're going to come out to Hollywood and watch the Smoke and Kills with Seven Horse and the Dada reunion at the Roxy. 7horse.com, you get those tickets. AdamCorolla.com, you get those tickets. Mike Dawson, the Smoke and Kills. It's going to be fucking great. I will see you guys next week. My name is Izzy Presley on behalf of Clay Eubank and Cody Parks.
Y'all be
What
good.
I lack in talent, I pick up the cock.